Maquan sports fans, welcome back to another video. I'm your host Jomar, and it's just me today. And this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting and riveting sports topics, discussions and debates. So people, as you can see in the background, we are here reporting from the National Stadium East, where St. Andrew Technical High School just faced off in the top of the table clash versus Jamaica College High School. And this is your post-game analysis and breakdown of that game. So the game started relatively quickly in the first half. You know, both teams claimed that they were flat, but I think there was intensity and both teams were trying to get something out of the game. There was slight end-to-end action, and St. Andrew Technical did provide not countless opportunities, but they did provide good goal scoring opportunities, but were not able to capitalize. I would say the game was relatively neutral in the first half, and both teams were kind of feeling each other out. Nobody really demonstrated much teeth, but I can definitely see that both teams were attempting to prod and push the other team to see where their weakness is, to see what they can get out of the game. 45 minutes elapsed and the best of the football was not to be played. It all started really going very well for both teams, I'd say, in the second half. Jamaica College came out the better of the teams because I think they got solid and inspirational halftime talk by the coach. You know, we spoke off here and he told me that he just got in their heads and told them that they needed to go onto this field and win the zone and show that JC are indeed who they say they are. And you can see the likes of Wilson and Aldridge. They came out like firecrackers, both playing very well, you know, both holding up the ball, both making beautiful plays. In fact, Aldridge played one over to Wilson and it was perfectly weighted and timed, but Wilson was slightly offside. He actually finished it off very well with his head, but unfortunately the goal was disallowed. But it was only about 10 minutes later where Wilson himself would have returned the favour to Maquan Aldridge, and like the maestro that Maquan Aldridge is, he took it in stride and lobbed it over the goalkeeper, finishing it with grace and pure genius. And that was the all-deciding goal from Jamaica College that would have led them to win this game. However, in analytically breaking down the game, what I can tell was Jamaica College attempted to move the ball very well, especially in the second half. They got the ball from side to side. You know, Maquan Aldridge was playing in an unfamiliar centre-forward position that we're not necessarily used to him playing. And I think he handled it outstandingly. You know, he made dissecting runs through the defense. He really challenged them. He really made them work. He really forced the defenders to do a lot of tackling. He really drew a lot of attention. And that allowed Jamaica College's two wingers to constantly overlap and to constantly get in space. Wilson was another key man in the Jamaica College's midfield that was constantly wreaking havoc. We saw him in the last game receiving the man of the match, and he brought some of the same energy and fervour as the JC people would know about that word, and passion, managing to get the all-important assist. But even besides the assist, he was just an absolute maestro, distributing the ball very efficiently, very well, controlling the game as he normally does. But the man of the hour, the man of the match, Maquan Aldridge. As I said, playing in an unfamiliar number 9 position, he looked as familiar as one could be. You know, he looked like he really belonged. He was making amazing runs, he was making outstanding dribbles, and he even dropped off in the midfield from time to time and made stellar passes. You know, he wasn't as clinical as his normal self, and we spoke to him in the post-game interview, and he said that though he was the man of the match, though he scored the all-important game, he wasn't necessarily satisfied with his output, as he missed quite a few opportunities. But all in all, Maquan Aldridge was a cut above everybody else, and he really did deserve the game-winning goal. In the same breath, St. Andrew Technical though, you know, they played a game, you know, I think they played the way how they wanted to play. St. Andrew Technical is not necessarily the game who will attempt to outpossess a team or attempt to outplay a team, especially when coming up against the giants like Jamaica College. You know, they sucked up pressure, their defenders really played well, and they managed to get the ball out wide to their forwards who just were not converting. You know, Omar Reed, you know, a standout player on this team, you know, an experienced veteran in this Manning Cup, scoring a lot of goals last season, is just not firing in this quarter-final round. And I'm wondering what is the reason behind his lackluster performances. You know, he was subbed off, and the number 10, the absolute firecracker from the last game, came on, and the crowd really were incited. You know, he did provide a few good plays, he did make a few good runs, but all in all, it just was not enough. St. Andrew Technical were without their talisman though, Satchel, and as such they probably could not have provided themselves with the opportunities that they would normally provide themselves, and maybe that could be the reason why they did not win. On the other hand, Jamaica College, You know, they suffered the absentee of one of, if not their best players, Tariq Zimenez. You know, it's curious as to why he was omitted. You know, I did not necessarily get to find out the reason about that, but that's something we definitely have to look into. Jamaica College's defense, standard as usual. You know, Blake and Davidson, absolutely outstanding. You know, ever composed, ever relaxed, always making the right decisions and the right passes. They really did not come under any serious threat. Those stats did provide opportunities. JC were always assured because of their defender and their goalkeeper, Rose. I think he's underrated this season. Absolutely underrated. He's the best goalkeeper in the Manning Cup on his feet, and he showed his distribution today. He was absolute class. All in all, it was a very good game. You know, the second half definitely was higher tempo than the first half, but both teams are solid teams. Both teams are good teams, and I'm curious to see what they will offer in the second round. It was a very good game, you know, outstanding performance by Jamaica College, but both coaches are not necessarily satisfied with how their team played today. But the Jamaica College coach, he mentioned the fact that it's hard to motivate a game where neither team needs to win to advance. You know, so that could have explained the relative flat nature of the game. And he assures us that Jamaica College, like the Phoenix, will definitely rise in the semi-final. Anyways, people, this was our post-game analysis from the Stadium East. As you can see, the sublime surface behind. As Rush would say, don't forget. What Rush normally say, people? I can't even remember because this is his part. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And then he would pass it over to me. And I would tell you guys to share this video to at least 10 people. Ensure to get us at least 6 subscribers. Because if you guys do that, you know how many subscribers that would get us by the end of the day, people? Anyways, as I said in the intro, I'm Jomar Graham, reporting from the Stadium East, and we're out.
Well, it wasn't really the best performance from me, but as you know, average, but very thankful for the goal.
All right, you managing to score an all-important goal that would have won you guys the game, and you were a constant goal threat throughout, but missing quite a few opportunities. Speak to us about how it feels to miss those easy goals.
Yeah, it's breathtaking, but as you know, it comes in the game, so I have to move forward.
All right, so you would have been a pivotal part in Jamaica College qualifying for the semi-finals. First of all, speak to us about how it feels to get a semi-final berth.
Yeah, it's really great. Because as you see, when the 90-minute whistle blows, I thank my Father God because yes, it's my first time. I'm gonna take it with both hands.
All right, a question that I've been asking everybody: who does Maquan and Aldridge want to face? The defenders of Mona High School or the defenders of Kingston College?
Both.
Either one is fine.
One in semi, one in final.
And one in the semis. And what can we expect from Maquan Aldridge in the semi-finals and the finals, as you said?
More goals.
That's it?
Yeah, more goals.
All right, once again, good game again.
Yeah,
congratulations, brother. Yeah, man.